retail bonus. I want you to kind of read what it says when you guys get a chance to, right? But I also want you to see what happens in terms of way number one, which is the retail bonus. So this is for strictly customers. Okay? And for those that can't see, that's retail bonus that I wrote on the board. And hopefully you guys can see it okay. And if nobody can't, if Tondra, you can read the actual chat or anything coming in, I want to make sure everybody can see everything closely. All I wrote on the board was retail bonus. That's the only thing I wrote. All right? And the retail bonus pays you up to 40%. Okay? It pays you up to 40% on the retail bonus. And if people need to see it, I can bring it closer, make sure you guys can see it. That's better.
We're good. We can see and we can hear you, so you're good.
All right, but you may miss me a little bit, but I want you guys to focus more on the board on tonight. All right, so what happens was when a person, a customer goes to your website, for everybody that's listening in, when a customer goes to your website, the company pays you 40% of the CV of whatever product that they buy. So don't ever confuse. So for example, a pack of Cherish pads costs $5, all right? But the CV would be $3.75 that the company pays commissions on. So the CV and the commissionable volume amount, there's two different things. Don't focus on this amount, the dollar amount. You always focus on the CV. You focus on the CV, the commissionable volume, for two reasons. First of all, this is how you make rank through CV, and this is how you get paid commissions. All right? So you get 40% of $3.75, which is $1.50. We're talking specifically, so we're all on the same page. We're talking specifically if a person only purchased one pack of Cherish. But this principle applies to every product across the board. So if a person bought, let's use, for example, 100 packs of Cherish pads, or did 100 CV, well, the same principle applies. You would get 40% of that CV, which will be $40. And here's the big one you got to hear. 10% of all CV, 10% of all CV from purchases from direct sales also goes into your binary. So remember, everybody has two teams. One team on the left, one team on the right. So when a customer goes to your site and make a purchase, you get 40% of whatever amount they purchase. So if that customer spent $1,000 with you, whatever the CV was, $500 with you, if they spent $5 with you, $10 with you, whatever the CV amount of that customer's purchase, you get 40% of that, the CV amount, not the dollar amount. And then secondly, 10% of that CV amount that the customer purchased also goes into your binary. But watch this. It goes in your binary on your pay side. So whatever one of your sides has the least amount of volume, when the purchase is made from a customer through retail sales, that goes into the binary, okay? And it goes on the pay side of your binary. Everybody's building two legs. So I want to share something with you. I want to show you how powerful that is. Number one, guys, is that you're literally getting paid twice off the same customer. Well, how do you say that, Damon? Because you're getting a 40% commission when the customer comes to your site and make a purchase. And then it's going on the pay side of your binary where you're literally picking up 10%. Now, you may think that's not a lot, but I want to help you guys understand something on tonight. And I want to show you how this is powerful if you really understand compensation plans. I want you to really think about what I'm about to say. If you had 10,000 customers, which is not going to be a lot for this. It's not going to be a lot to have 10,000 customers. That's not going to be abnormal on this product. Immediately, you're making $15,000 a month residual. Because every month they go to your website, you're getting 40% of their purchase. So if they're only purchasing one pack, if they're only purchasing one pack of Cherish pads from you, 10,000 people. We're not counting they buying liners. We're not counting they're buying the overnight pass, just one pack of pads. You're making $15,000 per month, okay? But listen to me as well, guys. 10% of all that purchase, all those purchases that's going on from those 10,000 customers, 10% of that volume is also going to your buying account. 10% of it, of all that customer activity. And all of that is helping towards your rank advancement because that's still considered group volume in terms of what it is that you're doing. So our binary is not just based upon you recruiting. It's also the customers that you have going to your website. That's way number one. That right there in terms of the retail bonus, that should be exciting. If that right there, I'm gonna be honest with you. If that's all Nspire had to offer, that was exciting enough for me because I knew I had a product that people would residually buy and you didn't have to force on people. So when people try to compare compensation plans against yours, you're not comparing apples to apples. Let me tell you why. Your product is in a totally different category than almost anything out there that anybody else has. And the proof is in the pudding because of all the results that the company currently has in terms of pre-enrollment. See, when you have data and analytics, that proves any point you could think of. So you don't have to fight back and forth on how good a compensation plan is, because remember, a compensation plan is only as good as the money that you can extract from it. Because you can have the best comp plan on the planet, but you have a horrible product that you can't sell, or you can't move, or it's just another Me Too product. It's the same thing that everybody else has. What I'm saying is, guys, you have something unique. So you can apply this principle to all the numbers you want to do. I don't want to use high numbers. I don't have to with this because you're going to get enough customer activity and you're going to get enough volume to where you can see the strength in you getting 40% off their purchases. Remember, most women, guys, if you're doing this the right way, they're going to buy the panty liners, they're going to buy the day pads, they're going to buy the night pads, they're going to buy the overnight pads at a minimum. If you're moving this the right way, that should be done at a minimum that's taking place. So now, obviously, your numbers will be expedited based upon what I'm showing you in this example, because I'm only using one $5 pack of pads. And I'm trying to show you the ratio that the company is paying out on. If you take $5, I want you to imagine this, guys. Nspire is paying out $150 on every $5. You don't think that's strong? I was in a company every month. A person was paying $50 a month, and our residual was $2. $2 off $50. So every $50, it was $2. I was in another company when a person was paying $120 a month, 100 CV, we were getting $5. Right here, you're getting $1.50 on $5 that a person is purchasing. We're talking about real dollars. So this is way number one. You can read this in the actual compensation plan overview, but I wanted to put a visual to it. Now, let's go with our first order bonus. That's way number one. We're going to way number two, guys. I'm going to clear this board. Way number two is our fast start bonus. Okay. Or the first order bonus, meaning when a person comes in and they buy a package. When a person comes to the table and they buy, and all I put on the board was first order bonus. And if you guys reading along with me, you guys can see this. Nspire pays 25% of the CD of the package amount. So for example, on a $99 package, so you guys can see this, right? The CD is $69. On a $299 package, the CD is $210. And on the $499 package, the CD is $351. This is, moving a little too fast and working too hard. I want you to see here. Hold on, let me lock this in. Hold on 1 second. A little stronger here. All right. We back up and running. The CV, as you can see on the 499 is 351, and we're not gonna go to the 999 because that won't be pushed in the beginning. But here's what I'm telling you: you get 25% of the CV value. 25%. Also, what you need to know, which is going to lead us into the binary, okay? You also, guys, get this CV amount also put into your binary on both sides of your team. So if a person on your left is recruiting someone, or you're personally recruiting someone, then this CV amount goes into your binary on the left. If your person on your right is personally recruiting someone, then guess what? This CV amount goes into your binary on your right. If you read it, guys, if you read through the first order bonus on the website, through the compensation plan, it clearly tells you there is no qualification required for you to earn this bonus. Meaning that, guys, you can be a person you ever recruited anyone or whatever the case may be, or you can come in $35, and if you recruit someone, you can still earn the actual first order bonus. That's what we want you to understand. You don't have to get caught up in rank for this. All right? That doesn't matter. All right? Now, let's go to the binary compensation plan. That should be very clear. Way number 1 and number 2. Now, let's look at how the binary is set up, so we all can be on the same page. Way number 3 is our binary pay. If you look at the binary bonus, this is you. I'm putting you in the middle. You, and this is your team on the left and your team on the right. What I want you guys to see with the binary bonus is now, listen to what I'm about to say. Everything from way number 1, those 10% that's coming in. So I want you to understand, guys, if you have people that have 1,000 customers, I want you to seek the power in this comp plan. If you have people that have 100 customers, 1,000 customers, 500 customers. So let's just say you had a group of 1,000 individuals that had 100 customers. That puts you at, if my math is correct, that puts you at 100,000 customers. Could you imagine all the CVs from those 100,000 customers with no recruiting is going into the binary? Because remember, 10% goes into the binary. So I'm showing you what goes into the binary so you all can get the visual of how powerful this is when people are asking, show me the money. No, you don't see the money in this? Here's the second thing that goes into the binary. When a person purchases a package, whenever they join for the $99, the $299, the $499, that also goes into the binary. If it's on your left side, it goes on your left side. If it's on your right side, it goes on your right side. So when a person joins, no matter who they join through, on that side in the binary, that volume still counts for you. When people are going to their website ordering products, 10% is going into the binary. That helps you. When people are also recruiting and bringing people in that's buying a package, that also goes into the binary. But if you keep reading, let me show you what else goes into the binary. When your downline, your distributors, that's a part of your binary, when they put their first order in, their auto ships, or whatever their first orders, guess what, guys? That also goes into the binary. And guess what? If you keep reading it, their repeat orders also goes into the binary. So that means every month that they order, it goes into the binary. You guys don't think this powerful? Let me help you understand. One of the companies I was in, when I was in a little coffee company, the only order that went into your binary was the first order. When distributors placed the first order, that was the only one went in the binary. Everything else after that went to the unit level. This company is saying, no, not only are the first order going to go into the binary, also the repeat orders from the distributors will also be ran through the binary. So you have customers coming through the binary, you have recruiting numbers coming through the binary, and you also have reorders of distributors coming through the binary. So now most binaries, it only works through recruiting. most binaries would only load the binary up with people coming in for packages. That's it. Nspire is giving you 3 ways to actually maximize the pay on your binary. How it works is, let's say all of that volume adds up. So nobody's confused about how binary works. All of the volume adds up. So on your left side, let's just say from people joining, customers, and reorders for the week, you had 20,000 in CD volume. 20,000 in CD volume. But on the right side, same thing happened. And let's say you had 15,000 in CD volume. Now, but you're a star, because remember, our cornerstone rank is star. All leaders should be teaching going star. And I'll give you all a bonus tonight and break that down before we close out on what that formula looks like. Gave it on the call, but I'll be specific tonight. So as a star, you get 15% of the volume on your lesser side, on the side that has the least amount of volume. So in this scenario, guys, obviously with this type of volume, you would be a little further up in the comp plan, but let's just take, for example, if you to get 10%, let's do this. If you to get 10%, your check would be $1,500 for the week from the binary. If you to get 15%, okay, your check would be $2,250 for the week. If you to get 20%, your check would be $3,000 for the week. And if you was maxing out at 24%, 25%, obviously you would get more. This is how the binary works every week. So what's going to happen is, guys, this 15,000 is going to, the company's going to pay you out on it, all right? You had 20,000 on the power side that you were able to cash out off of. When the week ends, what's going to happen is that extra 5,000 is going to roll over into the next week and is going to start doing it all over again. Meaning that now this new week is going to start calculating, hey, sales from customers, people coming into business, and the auto ships and the reorders of distributors, and it's going to start calculating on the left, and it's going to start calculating on the right. And every week, whichever side has the least amount of volume, that's the side the company's going to pay you at according to what your rank is, so that you can get that percentage in the binary. Where can I read that at, Damon? Go to the binary bonus, and if you read below the binary bonus, it shows you at each rank, guys, and I got it pulled up right here on side of me, where you can see, hey, I make, as a star, I can get 15%, I got my cap. Okay, as a superstar, 15% in the cap. Megastar, rock star, diamond, ambassador, icon, legend, all the way up the top of the food chain. Actually, it goes up to $200,000 per week in the binary as a dynasty legend that you are able to earn every single week. This is a weekly pay. These first 3 ways that we're talking about pays out every week, guys. This is once a week. That's the binary. Very, very simple way of sharing that. Now let's go up to the matching bonus. All right. Way number 4. With the matching bonus, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go out there and I want you to research some comp plan. And I think that's when you'll get a healthy respect for what Inspired Comp Plan talks about. And here's the one thing that Inspired Comp Plan has that I never ever saw from no one else. And here it is right here. This company pays you a matching bonus if you only bought one person there. Usually at a minimum, you have to be binary qualified, meaning you got to have one on the right, one on the left, or you have to personally sponsor 3 people or 4 people. If you grow one person in, one, so for example, if I personally enroll Kelly West, who's a superstar, and Kelly goes out and kills it, I've never brought anybody else in. I don't even have another side of my binary. Inspire is going to pay me 10%. It's going to pay me a 10% match right, on Kelly's production. I need y'all to hear that. 10%. You can read it on the volume requirements. So it's going to pay me 10% on Kelly's binary checks. So Kelly eventually is going to be a dynasty legend. She's going to be earning $200,000 a week in the binary. So Nspire would pay me $20,000 a week just for bringing that one person, and I'm not even binary qualified. You can look at the chart, guys. As a member, right? 10% is what they pay in terms of the matching bonus. If you go over here to be a consultant, which is $1,000 in volume, I'm looking at it, you should be looking at it too. It pays you 15% matching bonus on the first level, meaning on everyone you personally enroll. If you go over here to Star, and once you make it to Star, you would get 15% of everybody you personally sponsors binary check, and you get 5% of everybody on your second level. 15% for all your first level people, 5% on the second level. If you keep reading down the chart, guys, it goes all the way up. When you become a rock star doing 50,000 in volume, you get 15% on your first level, you get 15% on your second level, and you get 10% on your third level of individuals coming into the business, okay, for the ones that you personally enroll, then the people you brought in, the people they brought in, the people they brought in, the people they brought in. The company is paying you 3 levels deep of personal matches. You ready for this? On both sides of your binary. It doesn't matter if they're on your right. It doesn't matter if they're on your left. It doesn't matter if they're in your personal, they have to be in your personal enrollment tree, but they could be on your power side or your pay side. You still get the matching bonus. Everybody on your power side that's within your first 3 levels, you get paid on them. Everybody on your pay side that's in your first 3 levels, you get paid on them. Listen, guys, that's in addition to way number 1, 2, and 3. So I want you to imagine this. We all know people are going to be selling the products. We know that's a fact. Even if they don't recruit anyone, they're going to sell the products. So all that volume is going to be going into the binary. We all know that some people with this, because of the system that's in place, we're showing the videos, the demos, you're going to get some people that's going to get involved. All that's going to be going into the binary. And now when all these individuals that's in your current groups now, they're reordering the products, that's also going to be going into the binary. So here's my point. People binary checks are going to be very lucrative. And now you're going to be getting matching bonuses on all these individuals' binary checks. Not just people that's on your first level, who you personally enroll. What if the superstars on my second level, on my third level? Well, guess what, guys? All you would have to do is do Rockstar, which is 50,000 in total group volume. And group volume means every person that's in your personal enrollment tree. That means that they originated from you. Everybody that originated from you on your pay side or your power side, guys. It doesn't matter what side they're on. As long as they originated from you, then guess what, guys? You get to pay a matching bonus on all 3 of those levels. First, second, and third at 50,000 in volume. I don't know about you all, but that's phenomenal in terms of compensation plans just for those 4 ways. And also your matching bonus is paid out every single week. I want to address the 25% rule. So everybody, nobody's confused about how the 25% rule works, okay? We got to be very, very clear on this. This is how this works. If you're going for the diamond, which is 100,000 in volume, 25% of that diamond volume, which is 25 points in volume, has to at least be on the power leg of your binary. So in other words, the leg that has the most amount of people. Guess what, guys? Anybody that's in Dr. Helen and Edwin's organization, guess what we know, guys? Both of their legs are power legs. So wherever you fall in their organization, you hit the jackpot. 25% of the, not of the total volume that's in that leg has to be yours. Don't get confused. Just 25% of the volume for the rank that you're going after has to be yours in that leg. So, for example, you can have 1 million in volume on your power leg under Dr. Clay. You can have 1 million in volume. But if I'm going to make diamond, at least 25,000 in volume has to come from me in that power leg towards that 100,000 I need to go diamond. The other volume can come from the other side. You can obviously have more volume on your power side, just as long as when the month clears out, the company's going to look at for the month. Okay, wow. For this 100,000 in volume throughout the entire month, did Mrs. Shaw have 25% of that volume on her power leg? For the entire month, you have the entire month to make a rank here. This is not a weekly. This is not a weekly rank system. This is not a make rank through the binary system. This is a make rank through the unilevel system. So you and everybody associated with you, you have an entire month, guys, to make 100,000 in volume to go diamond and hit your rank. All you need to know is that 25% of that volume has to exist on my pay side. It could be 6,250 in volume that came in every week, which equals up to 25,000 when the month ends. And guess what, guys? You went diamond. It's a done deal. But if you build your structure right, if you're building your structure right and you're not cheating, you should never have this problem. What do you mean, Damon, when you say build my structure right? You ready? Everybody you bringing in. I don't care if you have 1 million people on one side. You should be putting one on the right, one on the left. One on the right, one on the left. Right, left. You should be going back and forth until you ultimately reach the goal of 50 personal enrollments where 25 is on your left and 25 is on your right. You know why that's key? Because that helps you have a proper structure. You want your structure to be right. That's more important than anything, guys. Listen, I know some of you are going to be tempted to check chase. That's what we call it. You're going to chase the check. You know why? Man, I got all this volume on one side. I got all these people on one side. I'm going to load everything to the opposite side. No problem. We know you're going to cheat. But you're going to find you're going to lose money long term because you won't be able to hit no rank advancements, which shortens you on your income, even in the binary. Because you won't maximize the binary pay because it's pretty much going to pay you half of what you should be getting. You're going to have the volume for the rank that you need, but because your structure is not in place and you don't have 25% of the required volume on one side of your binary, you're losing money. Guys, the one on the left, one on the right. Go back and forth. Ignore how many people's on your power side. Whatever you do, build your structure right. And I even love it best. My friend, Mr. Damon Coleman, he says it best, guys. It happened to him in real life. He was cheating a binary. He was only building one side. And it just so happened he brought a superstar in that began to eat the volume up faster than the volume was growing on his power side. And guys, the money he was making per week, 13,000 a week, 15,000, 20,000 a week, it went down to nothing when the binary flipped. You know why? Because he never put no action on the power side from the beginning. And he didn't want to build it all over again. You're literally going to have to start all over again rebuilding. And what it's going to do is it's going to frustrate a lot of you all, and you're going to quit. And you're going to leave Nspire. And you're going to go looking for the next deal. But I want this to ring in your mind. Mr. Crump told me, build both sides from the beginning so that I can have a healthy structure long term. Okay? And if you do this, guys, you will never have to even worry about the 25% rule because you will always have real action on both sides of your binary that's actually originated from you. That's what you ultimately want. You don't want to just ride the wave of what's coming in from your upline and the people that they're putting below you. Remember that. That's key. Now, let's talk about now the actual uni-level bonus. What does uni-level mean, Damon? This is way number 5 now. Way number 5. Our uni-level bonus, just so you know, uni-level simply means, guys, so nobody gets confused. Uni-level simply means everybody that personally originated from you. Okay? So that means if I brought in Delana brought in Leonard brought in Dr. Clay brought in Mrs. Shaw brought in Kelly. Guess what, guys? All of those people are part of my uni-level because they originated from me. Your uni-level goes through infinity. It never ends, right? In other words, it doesn't count the people that your upline put below you. It doesn't count those folks. So people that your upline is putting below you in the binary, that's coming below you that you didn't bring in, that's not a part of your uni-level. So you do not get residual income off of the uni-level aspect of the reorders. And those people don't help you make rank. They help you every week in your binary in terms of bringing volume in so you can cash out off. That's the benefit of that. Okay? We want to make sure we're clear with that. And as your uni-level, if you read in the comp plan, right, in the uni-level bonus structure, when someone comes in, you can be a member or consultant, which is 1,000 in volume, and you're able to get 10% of all the reorders, for everyone that's on your first level. So everyone you personally refer or you recruited, whatever they order every month, you get 10% of that. Now, that's strong to have 10% in the unit level on the first level. Usually, you'll have 5%, 3%, 2%, but I've never saw 10% in the first level. The reason why the company is doing this, let me show you guys why the company is giving more of the money to the people who this may be their first time, that may not be the superstars. Because we understand if we keep those people happy and we teach those people how to earn an additional $500 to $1,000 a month, they'll never leave, they'll never go anywhere. Because you guys may not know this, if you're a student of the industry, the average person in direct sales, they don't make more than $200 a month. If you make more than $200 a month, guys, you're in the top 30% of people that are involved in direct sales. 70% of the people that get involved with direct sales, they don't make a dime. They don't make anything. One of the main reasons is there's not a real system or infrastructure that's taught to help them make a dime. People are just thrown in and they're just another number. If you follow the structure and the system that we lay out, then it makes it easier for you to build your business. If you read the chart, guess what, guys? When you begin to go star and beyond, now you're getting 2 levels. You get 10%, then you get 5% on your second level. Then you begin to get 3% on your third level. I'm looking at it right here. You should be looking at it. Another 3%, right? Then you begin to get 2%. Then you begin to get 1%. That's building every single month. You add this up, guys. If you begin to do the mathematics on this, right? 15, 9, and there's another 1%. That's 25%. You get 25% total, unit level. And you ready for this? You pretty much get it at Rockstar. Hey, at Rockstar, you earn the full 25%. Guys, Rockstar is 50,000 in value. You know, in one of the last companies I was in, for you to get 8 levels deep of unit level volume, Rockstar, you got to do 50,000 in volume a month. For you to get the full 25% across the board on all your levels in the unit level. You ready for this, guys? For you to get the full kit and caboodles of the compensation plan, which was a total of 9 levels deep, 1 level deeper than ours, you had to do 1 million in volume every single month. 1 million. Over here, you do 50,000. And you're able to clean up on all 8 levels. See, that's why I'm saying, guys, when you really do your homework and you're a student, you see, hold on, guys, these guys are putting the money in reach. They're putting it where a person can really get it and make it. And if leaders understand how powerful this is, that we don't want to make a top-heavy comp plan. We don't want to make a comp plan for the few superstars. We wanted to make it for the people that make the superstars. Because now that means your foundation and your structure will forever be solid in terms of you moving forward. Now, let's look at our last way of getting paid, which is the bonus pool, which pays up to 5%. Now, this is where it really gets fun. I'm going to show you this. The company takes 5% of all the CV, right? And I'm looking at it, you should be looking at it as well, from all the retail and repeat orders, but it's divided by rank. So in other words, all the stars will be in one class. All the superstars, megastars, rock stars, legacy diamonds, ambassadors, icons, it will be according to your rank, but the company is going to take 5% of all that volume, add it up, right, from retail and repeat orders coming from distributors. What they're going to do, guys, is when you make it to the level of star and above, star is 5,000 in volume. You're able to take part in the bonus pool, which is 5%. You may not think that's strong. Going back to other companies, for you to take part in the bonus pool that the other company paid, which was paid the same way, paid out every 90 days, you have to do 40,000 in volume. 40,000 for you to begin to get a part of the bonus pool. Over here at Nspire, it's 5,000. When you become a star, you do 5,000 in volume. Now you get a part of the bonus pool. I want to show you this before we close out, because you got to see this and before we take some questions and we answer some of your questions. So hopefully you guys were taking notes and this became clear to you. I want you all to see this because this is very key on tonight. If you look at the rank requirements, and I want you to go to that. If you haven't pulled it up, it's at the bottom and the back of the comp plan. For you to go star, it's 5,000 in volume. Let me show you what I've been teaching. Guys, I haven't been teaching anyone how to go legend, legacy legend, and none of that. I haven't. Guys, we've been teaching star. That's it. We've been teaching leaders how to break stars. You want to have a solid structure and foundation, you break stars. You want to show a person how to make $1,000 a month, you break stars. You break that stars what you want. Demand, how do I get my calculations together so that I can do this? I can teach this. You ready? Here's what you need to do. You always take the average of the pack. Whenever you're looking at a compensation plan, right? So for a $99 package, it's 69 CV. For a $299 package, it's 210 CV. For $499 package, 351. You make rank based upon the CV amount, not the dollar amount. So when you add these up, guys, when you add these three up, okay, and I'm going to add them up right here on my calculator in front of you guys. So if I take 69 plus 210 plus 351, that gives me 630. Then if I divide 630 by 3, because remember you got 3 packages, you're taking the average. So now you take 630, you divide it by 3, that gives you 210. Damon, what are you showing us this for? I'm showing you the average amount of what a person is going to spend that's going to come into business. Everybody's not coming in at the $99 pack, and everybody not coming in at the $500 pack. So you take an average amount of what a CV would be across the board. Now, Then you take the 5,000 that it takes to go star, right? And you divide it by 210. That gives you right at 24 people. So now I can almost tell you to the T how many people you need exactly for you to go star that's coming in at an average pack. Listen to me now. I already know what the model. More people coming at the top package is going to be less. You're absolutely correct. Everybody not coming in at the top package. Now here's the thing. If everybody do come in at the top package for you, then obviously you're going to supersede my projections and you won't be mad. So I would rather undershoot and be conservative on the numbers so that you can get it clearly versus you shooting in the dark and you missed it. So now, what is the formula for star? I'm glad you asked. You're going to personally sponsor 6 people. So out of this 24, you only personally responsible for 6. Watch this, guys. 3 on your left and 3 on your right. 24 total, right? Coming in at an average pack. We're not depending on everybody coming in at the top pack, the middle pack, the bottom pack. We don't care. We're looking at the average. And I guarantee you, pretty much, if you pinpoint this, you're going to always knock it out the park and your people will. And here's what's going to blow your mind. I guarantee you, pursuing this formula, people always go over. The people that go star, they're going to do $6,000. They're going to do $6,350. They're going to do $7,800. They always supersede the projection. It never fails. So now, I want you to see now. You got 6 people out of 24 that you personally sponsor. Now here's where you're really about to have some fun. Those 6 people, they only responsible to bring 3 people in. Or their team grow by 3. Meaning that they could bring 1 person in that brings in 2. Or they could bring 1 person in that bring 1 in that bring 1 in. All you need their team to do is expand by 3. Right? For a total of 18. Because remember, you already got 6 out of 24. Because everybody you bring counts. You shouldn't stop at 6, but if you only were able to bring 6, and those 6 you brought were able to bring 3, that's 18, that's a total of 24. And we're talking about you personally sponsoring 6 in 30 days. This is a 30-day projection, y'all. 30 days. This is not any more than that. This is a 30-day projection. You got to stay on the same page with me. Now, the maximum, I want to show you something, how powerful what I'm showing. The maximum a person can make that star is $750 a week. If they max it out every week, that would be $3,000 a month for a star consultant. I ain't counting no matching bonuses. I ain't counting no personal enrollment. I'm only talking binary. Guys, I'm going to cut this in half, 50%. Let's say you only made $375. One of these weeks, you got lucky. On your personal enrollments, if you take the average of the cost, if you add up what you get for the CV amount, if you do 25% of 69, 25% of 210, 25% of 351, you add it up, you do the average cost amount, you pick up another right at about $300 and some as well on personal enrollments and personal sign-ups. Don't forget, guys, you also got a matching bonus you're getting because any of these people below you, anything they do in a binary, any binary checks they get, you get a matching bonus on that. Here's my point, and this happens throughout the entire month. I want you to imagine this. If only 3 of your 6 people, if only 3 of your 6 people was able to earn $250 a week, you got $25 per week, which is 10%. 4 times, that's $100. Or 3 people, that's $300. I'm not counting your second levels or any of that. I'm trying to show you that in very simple mathematics. If you teach this formula to go and stuff, what do I need to do? Hey, listen. Personally enroll 6. Put 3 on your left, 3 on your right. We want to help you and those 6 people grow the team to 24 within the first month. That's going to put you at a star consultant, 5,000 in value. You're going to be well over $1,000 in personal income. You have a distributor now that will never leave you for life. You show a person how to make 1,000. You show a person how to make $500 extra a month. It's game over. See, now every leader, your makeup of your group should be on Breaking Stars. Stars is going to be the rank that we're going to be celebrating. That's right, 5,000 in value. Because leaders, if you're going to give it go demand, what do I need to go diamond? You ready? Break 20 stars in your whole group. Break 20 stars in your entire group, meaning that you don't have to personally sponsor 20 stars. With the 300, 400 people that's in your group, can you identify 20 that want to do this formula and go star and begin to teach this? You go diamond. Well, demand. What do I need to make $10,000 a month? You ready? Stars in your group. Can you break 10 stars? I guarantee you, $10,000 or over. Well, demand. What do I need to do? Man, I got to go legend. $1 million in value. No problem, guys. Can you identify 200 people in your entire organization that want to go stars? 200 people. Now, guys, watch this. We're not counting the people that's going to do 10,000 in value. We're not counting the people that's going to do 50,000 in value. We're not counting the people that's going down. We're not counting the people that's going to do 17,000 in value, 12,000. In other words, you have set a goal where the average person coming in will not be intimidated. It's not too high. It's not too far away. It's not intimidating if I sit down with a brand new person and I'll tell them, hey, listen, I'm going to help you personally enroll 6 people this month. This month, 30 days. We're going to put 3 on the left, 3 on the right. And when those 6 people are coming to the tables, these individuals are joining. We're going to help their team grow by 3 people until your entire team is 24 people in the first 30 days so we can celebrate you as a star. That individual then will begin, watch this, guys, to teach the same formula. So now you have a culture of breaking stars. And every star is worth 5,000 in volume to you in terms of your rank advancement. Because here's what you got to understand about this comp plan. It's not recruit driven, it's volume driven. It's driven by volume. People buying a product, people buying packages, people see everything is volume. You don't see a amount of people required. So what I'm saying is, guys, you can maximize volume out of one individual. What do you mean, Demond? You can bring one individual in that's selling 10,000 in volume worth of product. That volume still counts towards your rank advancement because they're still in your personal enrollment tree. So their volume that they're bringing to the company still counts and helps you. Guys, you gotta understand the culture of star, it has to be what you're teaching. Man, I know people gonna go against the grain, they're gonna do what they want, and I get it. But I promise you, watch the individuals that begin to set their foundation around stars, and those stars are going to begin to break other stars. That automatically rank advances you as you're doing this, and now you have developed a culture of $1,000 plus earners. My last thing I'll show you, then I'll take some Q&A, and then I'm shutting up. Watch this, guys. You got to see this. You have to build your business through projections. You got to learn to build through projections. Now listen, you can start this if you only got 2 people on your team. If you got 1 person on your team. For the leaders now, you want to at least get to the point where you have 10 legs of business. You always want to map out your top 10 legs every single month. You always want to map out your top 10 legs. Who are your top 10 leaders? You want to have an absolute chart or way that you can chart this out every single month. You need to know what your top 10 leaders are doing. How do I do this, Damon? Watch this, guys. You build your business through projections. This is how leaders hit their top ranks and their income goals by charting the volume through their top 10 legs of business. Here's what I mean. You have Mary, John, Joe, Dave, Kelly, Helen, Edward, Bill, JC, and Don. I just drew out 10 legs of business, right? Coming into this thing, right, based upon how many people your top 10 legs have already personally enrolled. You need to sit down there with them and get their goals. Hey, what's your goal for the first month? Well, you know what? I'm going to come in. I heard what Demond said. I'm going star. Hey, I'm shooting for diamond. Hey, I'm shooting for rock star. What you're doing is now you're getting these calculations. So Mary's saying, you know what? I'm going for it. Rock star. John want to just come in at 5,000 in volume. Joe want to do 10,000 in volume. 20,000. 30,000. 40. 70. 100. 80. 100. What am I showing you? I'm showing you now how to make your goals a reality. Stop doing so much guesswork. Stop always being hyped on the rank you're going to hit, and you don't have a roadmap or a formula for how you're going to do it. You need to know, if you're telling me, if you're looking at me right now, you're telling me I'm going diamond tomorrow, I should be able to know who your top 10 legs are. You are? Who are your top 10 legs, and what's the volume you're projecting for those individuals for the first month for you to make that happen? So you don't have to always be recruiting your way there. Now, you're able to hit your goal through the volume that you're projecting through your top 10 people. As you've had a chance to sit down and consult with them and find out what is it they want to achieve the first month, and watch this. Don't let them give you no hot air. Because now you got to show me that you're serious about accomplishing this goal. And you know why this is important? Because I need to know, guys, in terms of these projections, that you for real on the numbers that you're showing. What you look at is that first month, when a person gives you what they project, then the next month, you now put your projections out there of what they are going to do based upon what was done. The first month, we all don't know what nobody's going to do in terms of what they want to do. They had their projections. But if they had their structure in place, well, you know what, Demond? The reason why Mary know, the reason why Demond, I know I'm going to do 50,000 in my first month, because I've already identified 10 people that have told me they committed to going to star. Oh, wow. You have those 10 individuals. That's right. We got the game plan. They already got their 6 on board, ready to rock and roll. See, in other words, what I'm trying to show you guys, you're charting your progress. You're charting this along the way. You're keen on who's doing what. And what does this show you? You ready? Who exactly to work with, where to go, where you're traveling, what home meetings you're doing, what calls you're doing. See, because what I'm saying is, hey, Mary, you know what? Give me 3 or 4 of your top legs. You work with the other 6. I'm going to drive some depth down in those legs to help push them. Hey, you know what, Helen? I'm going to jump over here. Give me 4 of those people you're working with so I can drive 4 of those legs also to star for you. See, you got a system that you're working with your upline, and you know exactly where to work, how to work, who to work through. That's the way you build. Guys, let me tell you something. You don't believe this works? I love when people like to challenge and take this spirit. Right now, currently in this company, we have running about 65,000 distributors that pre-enrolled. You know how we was able to get a lot of that momentum? A lot of it came from videos. Don't ever think nobody's trying to take credit for that. But also myself and Mr. Coleman, we knew exactly where to work and who to work through. Because we identified who was doing what and we begin to work in their groups and in their legs of businesses. And a lot of places we go for leaders, the leaders are not even there. They don't have to be there because now we're able to drive depth in those legs and drive that volume for what they want, which solidifies their organization. That's the way leaders you have to build through the individuals that's associated with you. The last thing, and I'm opening up for Q&A. I'm gonna shut up. The mind. How do we build this through the system? I'm glad y'all are. Guys, you ready? If you're not using a 1, 2, 3 Nspire enlightenment system, first of all, you're working too hard. That should be your main tool that you're teaching. Let me show you why you're teaching. It's for infrastructure. Guys, you don't want people coming in the front door, going out the back. They don't know what to do. See, you want people building through the system. What's the system, Demond? Get that video in front of people, man. Let them see that. Doing a few home demos, live demos. Very, very easy. You ain't got to put the press on with recruiting. None of the steps in the enlightenment system says show people the comp plan. I'm not saying people shouldn't know, they're not going to want to know. But if you show the vision through the system, through the movement, they're coming on board, guys. They will join this company. The proof is in the pudding. Everybody didn't see the comp plan when they got started. They didn't know it. We didn't have the comp plan solidified when we started moving. I'm only trying to show you off the results that we see coming in of how to build with structure. And you guys are not doing any guesswork. It's time out for the hype, y'all. It's time out for the network marketing, good talk and motivate. No, man, show me some structure on how to really build. I want to really know how to attack this thing. So finally in my life, I can get the results that my family deserves. And the way you get that is by running and treating your business like a real business. Guys, listen, Crump, my wife, my kids, we don't talk to anybody about Nspire unless you're looking at that video. That's why the videos are there, to do the work for us. I'm not talking to you about the company. I'm not describing nothing to you. I'm going to send you that video, and that video is going to sift and sort for me. It's going to tell me who's real, who's not real. You get back with me, I'm in. Tell me what I need to do. Great. If I don't hear from you, great. I'm on to the next person, because that's the bulk of what we need to do, and that's the meat and potatoes of what has to happen. You got to learn to use the system. That's how these people are going to get it. You know what you guys can do? Guess what you need to do? When we're about to launch and pull that trigger, you know what y'all need to be doing? You need to be having pizza parties. Invite some people over for pizza. Have some wings. Tell everybody, bring your list. Bring your email database. Make sure you got all your business cards. And you know what we're going to do? We ain't calling nobody. We're going to press send. We're going to press send and fool around and send the videos out to over 100,000 people today. And we may get 5,000, 10,000 people that decide to get started because all we did was press send. We came together as a group. We had some fun. We sat around, and everybody sat around for hours, and all they did was press send on their phone. All they did was went on inbox on Facebook. We didn't call nobody. We didn't pick up the phone and ask nobody for nothing. We just was going in their inbox, sending the video to them. We would press a send, sending the video. Now, what video I use, Lamont? Guess what, guys? You got choices now. If it's a Spanish person, you got Joel Medina's video. If it's somebody from another culture, I will send them a company's video. If it's an organization I'm going after, I will send them a company's video. If it's a man, guess what? I will send them my video, Mr. Coleman's video. Whichever one you choose, whichever one you like, whichever one you think would hit home. In other words, you got options. That's how easily the system is working. We don't believe it, Demond. Well, 65,000 people do. Because working through the system, guys. That's the way to build an empire. Other than that, I'm shutting my mouth. I'm open for any questions, chats, anything that I have. You guys can maybe shoot some of the Q&A at me. I can see some of it here. I can pull up, and then we can go from there. Okay, here we go. First question I see right here is, it says, let me go to the top. See some. Are you coming to Memphis? If not, no need to announce. Yes, I will be in Memphis on tomorrow. I will be in Memphis on tomorrow. Just answer that question. And for the person that want to know about Memphis, let me give you the actual address where I will be in Memphis. I have it in my phone here, so you guys can have it. Hold on one second. I'm going to give you that address right now for Memphis. Hopefully you have a pen and a pad. Tomorrow for 7 p.m., we're going to be at 6135 Mount Moriah Road, Suite 115, Memphis, Tennessee, 38115. So we're going to be at 6135 Mount Moriah Road, Suite 115 in Memphis. So that's the Memphis question answer for anyone that want to know about Memphis. Okay, can you explain how to balance your binary? He said to put some to the right and some to the left. How do you do that? Unsure with that part. Listen, guys, you have to understand. Stop trying to balance your binary. That's not what it's about. It's not about making the legs even, because some of you guys, you'll never catch one side of the binary. Balancing the binary just simply means the people you personally bring in, you just make sure they're evenly divided on your right side and your left side. I know you guys have a system of 32. Well, guess what, guys? Put 16 on the left and 16 on the right. You evenly divide. Don't worry about, well, everybody thinks they got to balance their binary. You don't have to balance your binary to get paid at all. You don't have to balance the binary. All you got to do is people you're personally rolling, put even amount on the right, even amount on the left, and you're rocking and rolling in terms of your personal enrollment tree structure. Don't worry about trying to, because you see a lot of people on one side, you're trying to match it on the other side with a large amount of people. That's not the way you build the binary. You just go evenly on the people you're personally building on both sides. Okay, my question. Let's say a person makes star or diamond in March. Do the rank remain forever regardless of value? Yes. You will always be known at that rank. You will always be known for your highest rank. Okay? But watch this, guys. You will only get paid at the rank that you qualify for every month. So every month, whatever rank you're qualifying for, that's the rank you will be paid in a binary, and that's how you will be paid throughout the comp plan. But we will forever acknowledge you at the highest rank you've ever achieved. That's the rank that we will celebrate. Just for the record and a hint, so people could get prepared. At a minimum, I know for you to speak or even be one of the trainers, because we're going to have a training session on Friday night in Orlando for training, you're definitely going to have to be a rock star and above, which is at least 50,000 in volume and above. And according to how many diamonds and above we break, it's going to be diamonds and above. So you're going to set your tone for the big builders, at least to be 50,000 in volume and above as you're moving forward. Everybody else, focus on 5,000. Okay? Let's say a person makes star diamond in March, do the rank. Okay, I read that one. All right. Is this being recorded? I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen. You would have to talk to Dr. Helen or Mrs. Shaw, to know that. What if a distributor just want? What if a distributor just wants to retail and not build? Absolutely, you can do that. If you want to come in and just have a website, and you only want to focus on customers going to your website, and you don't want to recruit, you 100% have the freedom to do that. You'll still get the 40%, but just know 10% of your volume is still going to go into the binary. So yes, you have the right to do that with no problem. If you only want to sell product, you can through your website, and you don't have to recruit at all. You can get that income. Way number one still exists. How do I get the Spanish video and then even the French video as well? We're not ready for France or French, but if you can go to YouTube and you YouTube Joel Medina, Nspire, Mr. Medina has done a video in French. I'm saying French and Spanish. He's done a video in Spanish. Okay, I got that. Did you receive the question I sent earlier? How soon will our individual websites be available? Guys, that is being put together as we speak. If you guys heard Mr. Oxen on the call, I want you guys to understand. There's some things that's beyond our control. Here's what I mean. The API system that's got to be plugged in from the merchant with IT, that's on the merchant and IT. We have no control over that. So when the merchant is working and getting that plugged in, that's something that's on them. The logistics center has to plug into the software that we're using to track orders and everything, along with IT. So there are several things that we're waiting on as a company that we can't control. So the minute they say, guys, we're done, guess what, guys? Listen, it can be tomorrow. It can be next week. It can be whenever all of this stuff is done. We're going to start with the $35 first. Let you guys check your back offices, make sure everything is straight, everything is right, because before we can go live, all of that has to be put in place. All of it. Everything has to be put in place. Because if we go live and y'all commissions are jacked up because people in the wrong place, people still you want to get in is not in, and guess what, guys? We're going to have another firestorm that we're dealing with. So we'd rather take our time and do it right, and y'all be patient with us than to rush it and y'all mad with us. Because either way it goes, we in trouble with y'all. If we take it too long, y'all impatient. If we do it too fast, they could have done it right. They're so unprofessional. See, it's almost like you're in a catch-22, so we would rather do it the right way coming out the gate, and then everybody can proceed in a better format and be a little happier. Okay? When the system starts putting people in, it will bounce it back and forth. No, Ms. Barlow, you will control that. You will control. Remember, on your back office, you're going to have extreme left, extreme right. Guys, you set your system when you're putting people in. Hey, I want my next person to go to the right. Let me switch it over now. I want my next person to go to the left. I want my next person to go to the right. I want my next person to go. So you can toggle back and forth to control people going into your business. You want to do that, especially in the beginning, because you want to know where everybody's at. This is an awesome compliment. Thanks for everything. Thank you as well, Miss Cindy, because I believe the same way. What is the age a person can become a distributor with Nspire? My daughter is 17. Well, she has one more year. You have to be 18 years old to become a distributor. Since we are paid weekly in the binary, and we have all monthly hit rate, how does that work with getting paid? Well, what it's going to do is going to calculate at the end of the week where you are immediately in the binary. So let's say your first week, you do 50,000 in volume, you become a rock star. It's going to pay you as a rock star. If you do 5,000 in volume, then it's going to pay you as a star. But then next month, next week, you do another 50, you did 50 your first week, now you're a diamond. It's going to pay you as the diamond in the binary. It's going to go according to how your volume is ranking out every week. But remember, it's adding up every single week throughout the month. It's cumulative volume. So by the time you get to the end of the month, you had $1 million in volume. That's the way you're going to be compensated. So it's going to add up every week where you are. And at the end of that week, that's how it's going to pay you. Let's see here. Thank you. We appreciate it. I appreciate you too, Mr. Lana. Thank you so much. Mr. John, thank you too, sir. If you want to bring in customers only, what is the monthly auto ship? Guys, if you're bringing in customers, then customers will pretty much cover your auto ship. If you remember, you can qualify for customers at 105 CV of customers coming to your website, or you placing an order for 105 CV if you want to in terms of qualification. Remember, if you're not trying to build, then you don't have to worry about a monthly auto ship, because you're not worried about the compensation plan. You're only worried about the 40% that's coming from people going to your website. So for those people, they don't have to worry about qualifications and this and that, because you're not worrying about getting paid the other 5 ways. You're only worrying about the one way. Thank you, Damon. I'm all in. Now I understand the comp plan. You're welcome, Pastor. That was the mission, to get you to do it. Oh, wow, tomorrow, that's awesome. Okay. Other than that, guys, that's all the questions that I see. Hold on. What's the difference between the right and the left side? Is one side higher than the other, or do we treat it the same in rank? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the right or the left in terms of ranking. Remember, ranks are made through your personal enrollment tree. Ranks are made from the people that originated from you on the right side and the left side. So don't get caught up on the right side or the left side in terms of making rank. think about the people that I brought to the table. That's all you want to focus on and make it rank. So when I look at the people I brought to the table and the people they brought to the table that originated from me on the right and the left, that's how ranks are made. Ranks are made through that facet, guys. It's not about my binary. It's about my personal enrollment tree. People that I brought and the people that they brought. That's the way your ranks are made. So don't get caught up in who's on the right, who's on the left in terms of other people that have nothing to do with you. You always just looking at your personal enrollment tree and the people that you brought in. That's what helped you rank advance. That's why you should always evenly put the same amount on the right as the same amount on the left, so your structure will always be in place all the time. Let's see here. Is it possible to get a package? I have excited customers and events on standby. I would like to take one product. Well, guys, guess what? You all are waiting on product like we are. We actually have another shipment of product that's on the way, that's been shipped out to us, that we're waiting on, that's coming. But once again, we're still not going to pull the trigger till it's right, even though the product is here and the packages, we want to go out in full with all the supplements and products and everything that's in the actual packaging. Let's see here. Okay, awesome job. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you for helping to understand the system. You're welcome. Thank you. If you have a person who owns a small retail store, are they able to be distributors as long as they understand they can't upscale the product? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody can be a distributor. We won't discriminate. As long as they're not affecting the price, that's affecting you all. We do not want distributors shortcut. Okay? Will the consultant pay retail and get paid 40% of the CV instead of the product being discounted up front? Will the consultant pay retail? No, it's just going to be about them going to the website. And anybody that's going to the website, and once again, you don't even have to be a consultant to get the 40%. You could be a member. A member is below a consultant. You will still get 40% of the CV amount that's being paid out on that particular website. When we get products, well, we need to keep products for. No, listen, guys, we don't want y'all to front load. That's called front loading. We don't want to create a system where we're encouraging you, guys, buy a whole bunch of product and cross your fingers and hope you sell. That's not who we want to be. We Nspire, we don't want to be that. We want you to organically move the product. We want people going to your website buying the product. We don't want you buying nothing more than what you need. When you have a real organic system, you have real customers, you can do and you can build a monstrous organization and make a phenomenal income without being front-loaded. We don't want nobody to be front-loaded at all in terms of building their business. We want you guys to love your company and love what it is that you guys are going through. So on that note, guys, that was all the questions. I thank you all for letting me as chair because I have to get here and get together from Memphis, Tennessee, leaving out first thing in the morning. So on that note, I don't know if Dr. Clay or Mrs. Shaw or anyone wants to close out with any closing words, but I thank you guys for letting me share it tonight. All right. Well, on that note, y'all have a good night. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Continue swimming in that golden stream of income. And don't forget, first they learn, first they laugh, then they learn. That's how real legacies are earned. Y'all guys be blessed. Have a good night.